Imagine biting into a fresh tomato or leafy green, only to realize it's not just nutrients you're consuming, but also plastic. Not just from packaging or polluted water, but from the very air the plant grew in. Recent research has just shaken our understanding of how microplastics enter our food chain, and it's more alarming than ever. For years, scientists have warned us about microplastics, tiny fragments less than 5 millimeters wide that pollute our oceans, infiltrate our drinking water, and even settle in our soil. But now, research published in Nature by Lee and colleagues has revealed something new, something that changes the game. Microplastics are entering plants directly through the air. Yes, you heard that right. Plastic pollution in the air is finding its way into the tissues of plants, not just coating the surface, but deep inside. Here's how it works. Wind carries microplastics and nanoplastics, some as small as a virus, through the atmosphere. These particles settle onto the leaves of crops. Under certain conditions, they penetrate the plant's stomata, tiny pores used for gas exchange, and travel through the vascular system, eventually embedding themselves in the plant tissues. That means when we eat those vegetables, we're potentially consuming plastic right along with the vitamins. The implications? They're huge. Because this is a previously overlooked pathway for plastics to enter the food chain. Most prior research focused on soil and water contamination from degraded plastic mulch or irrigation systems. But the airborne route is now emerging as equally, if not more, dangerous. This finding expands our understanding of microplastic exposure and challenges previous assumptions. It's no longer just a marine or aquatic issue. It's an atmospheric one too. Since the 1950s, global plastic production has soared past 400 million annually, and it's still rising. Much of this plastic eventually breaks down into microscopic particles that drift through the wind, reaching even the most remote farms and forests. Microplastics have now been detected everywhere, in rainwater, snow in the Arctic, and even inside human lungs, placentas, and bloodstreams. So what does this mean for our health? The science is still emerging, but early studies have found microplastics can cause inflammation, oxidative stress, and may even disrupt hormonal and neurological functions. If they accumulate in our organs over time, they might contribute to diseases we're only beginning to understand. And if these plastics are now part of the plants we eat daily, fruits, vegetables, grains, the exposure is no longer avoidable. It's becoming systemic. But it's not all doom and gloom. Here's what scientists and policymakers are exploring: improved agricultural barriers to limit airborne particle deposition, air filtration systems in greenhouses, plant breeding for varieties that resist plastic infiltration, international regulations on airborne plastic emissions, and of course, reducing plastic use at the source remains our best line of defense. So what can you do? Cut down on single-use plastics, support plastic-free packaging companies, demand cleaner industrial practices in your area. Spread awareness, starting by sharing this video. The air we breathe, the food we eat, and the future we build, all are connected. Understanding the invisible threats like airborne microplastics is the first step toward protecting ourselves and the planet. Because the smallest particles can have the biggest impact. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the science shaping our world.